Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be testing out some new high-end makeup. I know I don't talk about high-end makeup a lot here on my channel, but I am so excited to test some of these things out. We have some new Fenty Beauty makeup by Mario. I have the Laneige lip sleeping mask that I want to talk to you guys about. And I guess when I say new, I mean these products are new to me, even if they're not like super new on the market. Although a couple of these things are, a couple of them are a little bit older, and I just recently got them for Christmas, but I figured I would group it all together in this video. I am so excited to talk about some of these things, especially the Makeup by Mario palette. This has been sitting in my collection for a month now, and I haven't gotten a chance to test it out on the eyes, and this I am just so excited about. So I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing this video, and if you want to see me test out some new high-end makeup that I recently got, make sure to keep on watching. I'm going to be starting off with the Laneige lip sleeping mask. I know this is not new at all, but it is new to me. It has been around for a while, and this is the one product in today's video that I already know how I like it. I have already tried it. It's not going to be a first impression, but this is what the sleeping mask looks like. But I'm sure you guys have seen this and have heard about this. This lip sleeping mask is supposed to be like the best of the best when it comes to hydrating the lips, and I have to say I've tried this out a couple of times these past few weeks since I got it for Christmas. It comes with this really cute spatula that you could clean and reuse, especially with someone with long acrylic nails like me. I really appreciate when pop products come with a little spatula. I do really like this. It has an extremely thick, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, a really thick texture. I would say this is probably the best for when you're sleeping or at nighttime, but I'm going to put it on now because I like to prep my lips before makeup, and I just want to show you guys how it looks and be able to kind of explain how it feels a little better. But I don't know if you guys can see, it is such a thick formula. And I think this is the original one, which is like berry scented. I do think they have other scents though after they came out with this one. I really like this, and although it is pricey, I do think a little bit goes a long way. This is definitely a little bit of a splurge for the kind of product that this is. I definitely do think that you could probably find a dupe. I do believe I have seen someone talk about a dupe from Ulta. If I could find that, I will definitely link it down below. I know $30 for like a lip balm, a lip mask is a little bit pricey, and being totally honest with you guys, I probably never would have purchased this if I wasn't gifted it for Christmas, but I'm really happy that I got to try it. It definitely feels luxurious, and I'm looking forward to continuing to use this as it gets even colder and colder here in New York. Probably the one thing that I've been the most excited to try since I got it for Christmas, and I really had to hold myself back from trying this one until I got a chance to film it, is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palette. I'm sure you guys know who Makeup by Mario is. If you do not know who he is very famous and well known for being Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, just a really amazing celebrity makeup artist in general, and he recently just released his own makeup line, which I personally love makeup artist created makeup lines because I think their products just are so well. They have that first-hand experience for so many years in the industry. If you guys haven't seen it, here is what the palette looks like. This is so up my alley. It is filled with amazing warm browns, neutral browns, all just stunning matte shades that are gorgeous and amazing for every day. I haven't even peeled the mirror paper off yet. I seriously have been waiting to try this with you guys because I'm so excited about this. This palette is absolutely stunning between the packaging. I love the shiny white packaging and the black text and just these shades in here. I absolutely knew that Mario would release something that looks this good. I really hope the formula doesn't let me down, but I have a feeling that this is gonna be good if Mario created something like this. To me, it just looks like so much more than just a standard neutral palette. You could tell he really thought about the undertones and catering to everyone's skin tone and things like that. And it's also a really great size for traveling. It fits right in the palm of my hand, and it also has that really great magnetic closure that I love on eyeshadow palettes. There are so many stunning transition shades in here, but my eye kind of goes to this one in the top right corner right here, and this is called Matte Number 4. Wow, he made that really easy. All of the names are Matte 1 through Matte 12. So this right here is Matte Number 4, and I'm going to start off with that in my transition. But so far this shade is applying so nicely. I'm using my Sigma E35, my favorite fluffy brush. Now that I have matte 4 just fluffed out in my crease, I think I'm going to move on over to matte number 5, which is this shade right here. This is really calling my name because it looks like that camel baby puke kind of color that's popular. I don't like calling it that, but that is just the best way that I could describe this. And I love these types of shades because they're very olivey in undertone, and I love how those look on the eye. So I'm just gonna take this on a little bit of a smaller brush. This is the Diffused Crease E38 from Sigma, and I'm going to apply that right underneath the transition, more like directly in my crease. Wow, you guys, these shades are blending so seamlessly on the eye, as I'm sure you guys can see. The two shades that I applied just blended together so nicely, and I feel like that just looks so good already. To start building up the outer corner, I'm going to go in with matte number 6, which is right next to the one that I used. This kind of chocolatey brown shade. It's a little bit more on the neutral side, especially if you compare it to the one underneath it here, which has a little bit more red, and this one down here in the corner has a lot more red. I definitely think this one is a little bit more of a neutral brown, matte number 6. So I'm going to dip into that one and start really building this up on the outer corner. And so far, there's not really any fallout on my face with any of these shades. There's the teeniest amount of kickback in the pan, but not really much at all. I'm not even like having to blow any dust off the palette or anything. There is the matte number 6 shade down on my eye. I do like it so far. I definitely think I like the lighter transition and crease shades that I used better. I don't know if it has something to do with the brush that I used, but I definitely think it needs to be blended out more. So I'm just gonna go back in with that original blending brush that I used with the lighter shades and just try to fluff it out around the edges. But I don't know why I felt like the shade was just sticking a little bit when I was putting it down, but it could be that brush. So I'm just going to go in and do some more blending. That blended out so nicely, you guys. I was a little nervous that that shade was gonna be a bust for me because I didn't love how it was applying, but I'm just going over it with some of those lighter transition shades like I mentioned, and I feel like it's blending out really, really nicely. I definitely think I want to play up some more of these shades, so I think I'm just gonna do an all matte look today, obviously, just to keep the look exclusively in the Makeup by Mario palette. And I'm thinking I'm going to just take the lightest white cream shade here, or maybe this peachy shade right here. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to pack it all over my lid. I'm just going to quickly go in and just put some concealer on my lid to carve it out a little bit and give a nicer base for those white shades. So I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. This is totally opposite than high end, but it is such a good concealer. And I'm just going to apply this to the front of my lid here to prep for those lighter matte shades. Now that I have some concealer on my lid, I'm going to go in with the shade, I think I'm gonna try matte number 3 first, which is a little bit more of this peachy shade. I love when palettes have this peachy shade in here because they're a little bit more subtle highlights. So if you want a day where you want to highlight your brow bone or your inner corner or your lid, but you don't want to go stark white or stark cream, maybe if you have even more of like a medium skin tone, these more peachy cream highlight shades will just complement your skin really nicely. So again, this is matte number 3, and I'm just going to press it right on top of the concealer to brighten up the front of my lid. Wow, this shade is really pigmented as well. I love that it's making the lid look nice and bright without, again, it being very stark on the eye. It's almost like a natural kind of highlight and contour on the eye, I guess you could say. And I think, as I was saying earlier, those are the vibes that I get from this palette, more of like highlights and contours, like natural everyday makeup looks, but you still could play it up and be smoky. Now to just touch up the outer corner, I'm gonna move to one of the warmer matte shades here. I think I'm gonna take a mixture of matte 9, which is this one, and matte 10. These are two like warm, deeper brown shades. They definitely, ooh, that's very pigmented. These definitely have a stronger red undertone to them, which I love. And I'm just going to pat these right on the outer V. I think the very last thing I'm going to do is try a little bit of a winged shadow liner, because I want to dip into the even darker shades in here and possibly the black, just to see how they perform and to get more of a well-rounded feel for this palette. For shadow wings, these e.l.f. Line and Define eye tapes are literally the absolute best. They help me to make the shadow so sharp. So I'm going to take the Sigma eyeliner E10, and I'm going to do a mixture of these two dark shades here, which are matte 11 and matte 12, the super deep brown and the black shade. I'm going to take a mixture to kind of get like an off black, almost black kind of shade. And I'm just going to focus it on the outer corner here and take it no further than where we have the dark shades on the outer corner. And I'm sure you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm just creating a shape of a wing right along the eye tape, but also blending and smoking it out as well, so it's not very harsh and it's more of just a subtle wing. I'm just gonna peel off the tape and you have a shadow wing. It was really easy. I just went ahead and tossed on my mascara. I wanted to see how the eye look would look with some lashes, mascara on, to see it come together. I absolutely love how this is looking, and I know it's very simple. I know it's very like minimalist, all matte shades, but you guys, I feel like this palette is meant for that. I really didn't have any high expectations from this palette when it comes to like crazy Instagram makeup or super intense eye looks. I feel like this palette, as I mentioned a couple times, is really made for highlighting and contouring the eye, doing simple but effective makeup. And I definitely feel like this palette has that potential to be very glam if you want to incorporate some glitter or other single shadows, or do a pop of color, or maybe even do like a really intense brown and black smoky eye. But to me, this palette is exactly what I thought it would be, and I think simple but effective is the best way for me to describe that, because especially with the mascara on, I am absolutely loving this makeup look. I feel like the shades in here are just so complimentary on my eyes. They really transformed the shape of my eyes and contoured my eyes so well, instead of just putting color on my eye and creating an eyeshadow look, I guess you could say. I love, love, love a good all matte palette, and this one is definitely going to find its way into my everyday makeup routine because it was so easy and fast. I want to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face so we could do the lower lash line with this palette, as well as try out a couple of new products from Fenty Beauty. So I'm going to finish off my face makeup off camera, and I will be right back to finish up testing out some new makeup with you guys. Okay, so my base makeup is done. I'm going to quickly finish up the bottom of my eyes with the Makeup by Mario palette, and I think I'm going to go back in with that olivey brown shade. This is matte number 5, and I'm just going to smudge this under my eye. Very last thing that I want to try in the Master Mattes palette is matte number 1, which is the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to use this to highlight the inner corner. This is just a beautiful, it's not stark white, but it's definitely an almost white kind of cream shade. And it just makes a really, really beautiful, subtle inner corner shade from what I'm seeing right now. I almost feel like you could also use this on the face if you're contouring, maybe down the center of the nose or something. It reminds me a little bit of like a MAC Emphasize powder. It's very subtle and kind of sheer, but I really, really like how it looks. Now I have a couple of items from Fenty Beauty to test out. This isn't new. This is their Stalker Instant Warmth Bronzer. Definitely not new on the market, but it is new to me. I have never tried this before. This has been on my Sephora wish list for ever, and look at this packaging, you guys. This is some of the most stunning packaging that I've seen in so long. It's this gorgeous, you see my camera, like super mirrored, reflective gold. I don't even know if the camera has the ability to focus on this, but it is so pretty. I definitely guessed on the shade with this one, but I think it will be good for me. It doesn't look too warm or too cool. It looks, oh my gosh, you guys, this just looks so good. Look how beautiful. Fenty's packaging is always some of my favorite. There's a little swatch on the back of my hand right there. I think this is going to be a perfect shade for my skin tone. So I'm just going to start bronzing with this. I love, love, love bronzer, as I'm sure you guys know, but I've been very into drugstore bronzers recently, and I haven't used a high-end bronzer in a while. So I am so excited to have this. My hair keeps getting in the way, but it looks like a good color for me. I feel like it's that perfect formula where it's giving me just enough color without going overboard, but it's definitely showing up. It's not sheer or anything at all. Wow, you guys, this is super pretty. It's like the perfect formula of bronzer that I like. I'm going to try to contour my nose and see how I like it. Dare I say, I think I found my new favorite high-end bronzer. This looks amazing on the face. I thought it would be a lot more pigmented, but I'm not mad that it's not, because it allowed me to really build it up super nicely, a little bit at a time. The shade is absolutely perfect for me right now. I think it'll work for me in the summer too. I could always build it up a little more. My face just looks so lifted and sun-kissed right now. I love this. I love the packaging. I definitely think this is my new favorite high-end bronzer. Definitely a 10 out of 10 first impression. I hope it lasts all day. I hope it doesn't fade or anything on the skin, but knowing Fenty Beauty, I have a feeling that this is going to last. And definitely check in the description box for updates on all of these products if you guys are curious. The last two products that I have to test out today for the very first time, I'm so excited, are two brand new lippies from Fenty Beauty. Fenty Beauty lippies are always so good. So the first one that I have is their Sheer Shiny lipstick, their Slip Shine lipstick in the shade Glazed. And then I also have their new cream formula of the gloss bombs, which I definitely think I am the most excited about. I love the gloss bombs so much. I was so excited to see like an opaque pigmented formula of them. I love a good cream gloss. This is what the Sheer Shine lipstick looks like, again in the shade Glazed. This is just supposed to be really great for every day, so I'm going to be showing you guys both of these on the lips. I just want to quickly go ahead and remove any residue of the Laneige lip sleeping mask that is on my lips. This is actually the very first time I use this before my makeup routine, and I want to say I take back what I said about not being able to use this under lipstick, because honestly by the time I did my full face of makeup, there's barely anything left on my lips, and my lips look so nice and hydrated. So since the Sheer Shine lipstick, I believe, as the name says, is going to be a little bit more sheer, I want to go in with just a little lip liner to give myself a little bit more shape to the lip. So this is just the House Labs lip liner. I didn't fill in my lips at all, just not to alter the color of this lipstick. I have swatched this. It feels really nice. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those everyday throw on without a mirror type of lipsticks, but let's see. I'm so excited for this. Oh wow. This scent is bringing me back to my childhood, but I do not know what it is. It kind of smells like a creamsicle. Oh wow, you guys, these are amazing. Oh my gosh, these are, first of all, a lot more pigmented than I thought they were gonna be. I thought I remembered swatching it on my hand and it being sheer when I opened this up on Christmas, but this is actually really pigmented. It's actually so creamy. It is kind of melting a little bit when I rub it into my lips and on my hands. Wow, I actually feel a little bit speechless, honestly, because I was not expecting this to be so good. I mean, I was expecting it to be good because all of Fenty Beauty lip products are really nice, but I just was not expecting it to be this creamy, hydrating, and pigmented. Wow, this is one of my favorite lipstick formulas that I've tried in so long. I don't know if you guys can see, I feel like this might not be one that you would want to keep in your purse. You see it is a little creamy and kind of melting a little at the top. I might go ahead and stick this in the fridge because I typically have some issues with these lipsticks getting messy. I feel like I have to get a little closer so you guys can see. Doesn't it look like I almost have a gloss on my lips? Okay, so I had originally planned to use the Gloss Balm over top of the Sheer Shine lipstick. Am I saying that right? I don't know where I put the box. I think it's Sheer Shine lipstick though, but I didn't expect this to be so glossy and thick feeling on the lips. So I'm just going to blot some of this off so we could give the lip gloss a fair shot. There is no doubt in my mind that this cream lip gloss is about to be amazing. Oh. Ooh, these smell really good. They smell a little bit like lip smackers. I honestly really don't need to say much about this because I feel like it speaks for itself. It is so beautiful. It is almost juicier than the original Gloss Bombs. Like, just when you thought that the original Gloss Bombs couldn't get any glossier, they couldn't get any juicier or wet looking on the lips, I feel like Rihanna somehow did it. This is almost what I wanted the original Gloss Bomb to be. You guys know I love the original Gloss Bombs and I always will, but sometimes I just wanted them to have more color, and this is exactly the type of lip gloss formula that I really prefer. Something with a lot of color. And even though I had that other lipstick underneath, I feel like even if you use this on its own, you would still get a completely opaque lip because this is a very, very pigmented formula. I guess just to quickly give you guys a comparison of the two, here is the Cream Gloss Bomb and Fenty Glow next to the original Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. There are the two formulas next to each other on the hand. Obviously the lighter and more sheer being the original Gloss Bomb, but I feel like the cream one is even more wet looking. So I guess depending on what you guys like on your lips, if you do like something more sheer, you might want to stick with the original formula. But honestly, this new cream formula to me is definitely better. It's definitely more up my alley, what I like my lip gloss to look like. All right, you guys, so that is going to complete today's video. Those are some new high-end makeup products that I wanted to test out for you guys today. I absolutely love how this look turned out. I love every single product that I shared with you guys today. It is very rare nowadays that I will dip into new high-end makeup here on my channel, or honestly, even in my day-to-day life, I use drugstore everything, but sometimes it's just nice to get some new high-end makeup. A lot of the items that I tested out today, it's just very apparent that they are high-end quality. I really don't have a lot of drugstore dupes that come to mind with these specific products that I tested out today. They were just so elevated. I loved everything so much. I really hope that you guys enjoyed some high-end makeup content. I hope you enjoyed seeing me test out some new high-end makeup goodies. If you did enjoy, and if you want to see me test out more high-end makeup in the future, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you'll get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.